go. Let's keep
Heavy.
this thing with me.
It's hard too.
CO2 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
Elizabeth.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn.
She looks
To
old.
create a super intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of
mean a
subordinate
robot
functions.
god.
Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo.
Oh.
The vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream.
It wasn't you, it was a company
It is
that
within
did
our
that.
grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
And people could use that in the future to go to different planets. You could use that at a different planet, man.
The archive of knowledge. What happened to that?
Intruder! Get her!
They all got him. See, I knew it was a good idea to keep carrying this.
Power's dead.
I can't carry it with me.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Death to all. That didn't kill you. Oh. There was 3 of them. What does avoiding contact have to do with anything? 4.
Look out, it's her!
Oh. 5. 6. Nope. 7. 8.
That's the last of them.
Repeat.
Oh,
Ah.
what?
Oh. I got past them with a sneak attack, and they almost didn't know I was there. And these were big dudes.
Room's clear.
A couple of them were big
Moments
dudes.
anyway.
These are Deathbringer guns. I like the guns better than the Firestar.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower
makes sense.
Gaia to build the robots. And not just build, imagine, from scratch.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the
Hey,
wellspring
you look
of
like the lady.
knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion.
This seems like the last
albeit
mission.
under the
I
very
know it
worst
isn't, because I know
circumstances
there's
imaginable.
more.
The challenges before us are immense. Specifically,
I know we're gonna have to
we
end
will
up dealing with the
design
bad
and
dudes.
implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously.
And probably going back to New
The
Orleans
construction
and
of
opening
data
up
repositories in
that
critical
mountain.
facilities
See
around
what's
the
in there.
world, ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries.
Discreet.
42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin.
42
Spanish,
zettabytes.
and Arabic.
Jesus
The
Christ.
transfer and encoding.
How are they not freaking out more? They hear a gun going off. And they're not running straight towards the noise with their weapons. That I haven't really upgraded at all.
To Hades.
Oh,
Zero
we're listening to
Dawn's
this.
Extinction Failsafe Protocol. The ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life.
But-
So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what the... what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tax smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time.
Oh.
I mean, imagine your Gaia 200 years from now and this new biosphere you're growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. Spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do. Which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the
Hades
idea.
killed Gaia.
Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time.
Or did it mess
we'll
up?
have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about
Extinction
it.
on demand.
Extinction on demand.
Death on speed
Death
dial.
on speed dial.
I like
All
that.
for the greater good, of course, but
kind of metal.
So welcome to Hades. Welcome.
To the void.
Looks like the only way onwards.
Did Hades get, like, put in a giant robot?
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing
Alpha.
be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it.
Maybe she's talking about this.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is
Yeah, your
give it a
mistakes.
kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
It isn't a child.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
It's a ball.
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound.
It's
At
agreeing
this
with
point,
him.
The development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the
Ah,
file.
With this,
that would take a while.
I can restore the registry at the
Wouldn't
hatch
it?
inside Allmother. Open it.
Go inside it.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, or the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable.
Wouldn't they
You're too
find it
valuable.
too? I mean, they wouldn't be able to access any of it. Uh-oh. Oh, it's that dude. Bomb. Did she not download it? Big dude.
Still alive. Good.
Helis.
I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
Are we calling it? Are we calling it? Did I call it? Did I call it? Are we gonna wake up in the circle?